My skin is black, right?
Yeah.
What color you think the skin of my feet would be?
It's white. What's your name, man? Look at the palm of your hands, man.
What color is the skin on my
Let me
hand?
see the palm of your hands. I'm talking about the bottom of your feet.
We're not talking about the bottom of his feet. That's why, like, this is what you don't understand. When he was looking at Christ, he was looking at Christ while he was kneeling. Christ wasn't sitting there doing like this. Christ was standing out just like this. And when he looked down, he seen Christ's feet. Not the bottom of his feet. He seen his feet. His feet were like fine brass. As if they burned in the furnace. So that fine brass, it was burnt in the furnace. So what color would his feet would have been if he was looking down at Christ's feet? It was like brass, but it was like brass that burnt. What color would he have seen on this man's feet? Just be real, because I have a certain way that I think you might answer this question, but prove me wrong. If you're looking down at a man's feet and you're bowing down, his feet are like fine brass, but the brass look like as if it's burnt in fire. What color would his feet be?
It's gonna be red and blistered. See, you guys can't even handle that. Your God isn't that strong if you can't handle me.
So his feet would have been burnt red?
You're gonna say black, right? You want me to say black?
If anything is burnt, what color is it?
It doesn't turn black.
If you burn toast, what color is it?
Dude, it's black, but you're not
What?
toast.
You said it's what?
You're not toast. It's black.
If you burn a turkey, what color is it?
Black!
You see what we got to do, my man? This man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. What he wants to do is violence. He wants to kill and he wants to hurt, because we do not agree with him. This is the culture and society of America. When you don't agree with them, guess what? They want to hurt you. They want to yell at you. They want to kill you and stab you. You know what I'm saying? Give me that scripture, man. Give me Psalm chapter 55, verse 21, man. Jesus was Middle Eastern. What color is that? You don't even have people in the Middle East that call themselves Middle Eastern.
Let me ask you a question. If Jesus Christ was Middle Eastern, then why do we have this picture of Saint Borgia? Why did your forefathers give us this picture then? If that's the case, see, that's the hypocrisy of the so-called white man, man. He's just an animal that gives us, that lies and just gives us false information, man. And it's a scapegoat to avoid telling y'all that the greatest man that ever walked this earth was a black man. He'd lie to you and say that he was Middle Eastern. He'd lie to you and say that nobody knows who he is. He'd lie to you and say that Jesus Christ was clear. That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. That Jesus Christ was a clear man. He was a man walking on this earth that bled just like we did, but according to most Christians, he was a clear man. You are retarded, man. You understand? If you're an individual that believes that. And then to come out here and tell us that he was Middle Eastern, that he was Arab. You understand? When we know the Bible talks about who the Arabs are. The Arabs comes from a man named Ishmael, man. Ishmael is the forefather of the Arabs. And guess what? He was not loved by God the way Jacob was loved by God. He was not loved by God the way Isaac was loved by God. You understand? Isaac was given the promise, not Ishmael. That is the forefather of the Arabs. Christ sprung up out of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You understand? Who were black men as well. You understand? Jesus Christ was a so-called Negro. No matter how much you hate it. You hate us so much you can't stand it. You understand? Get that scripture one more time. Revelations chapter 1 verse 13. And then get me in Daniel chapter 10 verse 5. You understand? Read it. We're going to show you in the New Testament and the Old Testament that Christ was a black man. You got it? Read it. Verse 1, yeah, verse 13.
Revelations 1 and 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto Son of Man, clothed with that garment down to the foot.
You understand? Once again, man, this is talking about the churches that was set up by Paul in Asia Minor in Rome, man. You understand? And it says one was clothed with the girt down to the foot. It was talking about the Son of Man, who is Christ, man. You understand? Read on.
And they girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
Read on.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Listen, the Most High knew that at some point in time, and the prophets knew at some point in time, we were going to live in a land where we were going to have to defend this truth. And so it gives us a description of these people in the Bible, because he knew there was going to be a day where his people were going to have to stand on the corner and we're going to have to prove to you that God or that Christ or the prophets were black people. That's why it's so descriptive. There would be no other reason why we would need to know that Christ was black if everybody in the earth knew that Christ was black. So therefore, because we have been taught that Christ is not black and that instead he's this pale white man right here called Caesar Borgia, now we have to have a description so that we can remind our people that the greatest man, who is our king, is a black man. And his name was Christ. His name was Hamashiach Yahushai in the Hebrew, but you ignorantly call him Jesus Christ.